Instill a false sense of impunity. Convince them that they can and must act now. The enforcer who answers to Steel Mistress is the symbol of order and obedience in these chambers. She is standing in the way. When she disappears, my enemies will believe it is safe to strike, and that will be a costly mistake. Intimidate them with an impending threat. Flaming Voice relies on a talker, one who keeps no secrets and fears pain. An unreliable vessel is bad for holding secrets, but good for spilling them. Through him, I will whisper lies to the enemy. Strike out the spark that will ignite the flame. I feel them lurking in the crowd, my enemies. They are cautious. I must find them and let them believe their luck. Then they will shed their mask and I will take them down. Such is my plan. They look at me in silence. They do not understand yet, but that matters little. I am on the hunt. Okay, so...
No rest.
Cabela's pretty strong, so not too worried about playing her, I don't think. Yeah, I really wish she could use her basic attacks with daggers, but she can't. And you know when the ANET live stream is going to happen? Roughly 3 hours. And then I'll be replaying it later tonight and covering it then for the late night folks. Every hit from this pistol increases the level of damage over time effects suffered by the target by 5. Does not stack. That could be really good for her. That could be really good. Need to get her a trait that allows her to shoot and stab on the same turn, though. Alright, Reactor, Attendant, Overseer. A Death Cultist. I knew I should have switched shifts today. Let's tap Quick Save. We haven't saved in a while. Noon Pacific? That's my understanding, yeah.
Another step, another thread.
Become a shadow and heed the voice of the crowd. The lay people have huddled together like a herd being chased by predators, faded gazes, bent backs, the crimson kisses of batons on their bodies. And yet shadows of smiles touch their dirty burnt lips as a strange pair, like a hammer and anvil, send sparks into the air with their words. What are those two talking about? Hammer and anvil. And then the lever smacked you right in the kisser? Ha! Give or take a tooth, this is nothing. Bruises, burns, cuts, that's just life. Just remind yourselves how you come home after your shift, having exchanged your ration card for a bowl of soup. How your little ones gulp that bowl down, how they fall asleep feeling a little better. I say that's worth a hard day's work and a punch in the face. He smiles broad-shouldered with a rusty beard. He is not afraid to share laughter with others, and so the crimson shades from the beatings never leave his face. His voice is bright and sonorous and listened to. Not everyone here is as chipper and thick-skinned as you. A bowl of soup is great, he says. What about having to choose which of your 3 kids gets it? Is that great too? Beatings are nothing, he says. Remember when the enforcers broke your arm? Since you couldn't work, your wife had to pull 3 shifts. She collapsed at the lathe, and the conductive charge burned out her eyes. None of us deserve that. Tough and unyielding. Every word hurts, but she is forgiven for her sincerity. They listen to her to pull themselves together, to share their common pain. I will come back later. My hunt has just begun. Okay. Does this game save like VG3 where anything is like you left it, or like GTA RDR where it saves story and overall progress? It saves like Baldur's Gate 3. Like it virtually any time you can hit F5 to quick save, you can close the game and come back later. It's going to be the same.
The web.
Now, in this game, unlike in Baldur's Gate 3, you don't have like a big world map you're running around. Like this, there's a lot of different like, because you're on a ship that is kilometers long, and when you take an elevator to a different deck, that's like it's loading a different map. You land on hundreds of different planets, and you know each of them will have like a different map and stuff like that. So definitely, you know, sci-fi differences, but wonderful game still. Stain. Long time no see, Spindle. Tell me, what does silence taste like? Are they using a secret code? Without Flaming Voice, he would never even speak to me. Everybody knows silence doesn't taste like anything. If you want to earn rations, you better start dealing in words. He speaks casually, but his voice is slimy and slippery. His eyes are as dirty as an oil-stained garment. The impudence in his gaze and words when he turns them to us. He is unclean and he knows it. He is unrepentant. That's a funny look, Einrich, and you have a funny-looking company. Are you here to sell or to buy? And before you answer, remember the first rule, every word has a price. Are we bargaining for information with this lowlife now? It is the duty of every serf to aid the rogue trader and his associates freely and willingly. Whoo boy, here it comes. Who's that with you? An enforcer? And a spinner? Do you want me dead? If anyone sees me talking to you, they'll snap my neck. So off you go. The peddler of words is trembling in fear for his life. I must extract answers from him, but by what means? Okay, this is interesting. So it's a skill check, but instead of using my main character's skills, it's using Cabela's. And we have one skill that is very, very high. Medicae. The quelling stimulant on the needle's tip will loosen Stain's tongue. What is this feeling? So calm. Fine, ask whatever you want, but then leave. My reputation cost me a lot of blood, and I didn't earn it to have it trampled into dust because you people happened to stop by. Where do things stand on the plasma drive chambers? Speak briefly. Speak sense. There's a bunch of workers in the far corner who now gather between every shift whispering to each other. They don't invite me. They say I talk too much. Well, if they're scared of my tongue, that means they have something to hide. And of course, everyone's talking about Nemesis. Sure, the foundry and the chapel were big, but he's been helping people all over. A lot of folks are sticking with him now. You can knock my teeth out if I'm lying. Don't got many of those left anyhow. But I'll tell you this, even if someone finds out, they won't rat him out. One glance is enough for me to see your true self, Stain. You are a liar and a manipulator, peddling other people's secrets and not knowing how to keep your mouth shut. You will become the bait, sowing confusion among the minions of Nemesis who hope to wait out the lockdown. They think they have enough time? I will deprive them of that confidence. Set up the snare. There will be a raid soon. Be careful. I warn you in appreciation for your cooperative nature. What are you... That information is not meant for his ears. Really? I see. Well, if that's all you wanted, can I go? Go, Stain. Be my herald. It is difficult to admit, but I do share the Master-at-Arms' indignation. We came here to get information about traders, not reveal our secrets. When the renegades hear of the coming retribution, it will make them nervous, prone to mistakes, likely to give themselves away. But for them to take the bait, it must be compelling. Yes, I see. Okay.
Hey,
Mucky Wucky. Hi, Oscar.
And many others.
Alright, reactor attendants, servitors. I find it a nice touch that while playing Cabela, the other two's name changes to what she knows them as, because she doesn't bother to learn their names. Reactor attendant. I already talked to him. Okay. Become a shadow and heed the voice of the crowd. The lay people have huddled together like a herd being chased by predators, faded gazes, bent backs, and crimson kisses of batons on their bodies. And yet, the shadows of smiles touch their dirty burnt lips as a strange pair like hammer and anvils and sparks the air with their words. See if anyone has fallen into my web. Did you hear what happened? Nemesis didn't stop at that foundry business. He's been roaming the upper decks too. They say he went to the vessel's shrine and shot some nobles. And then he fled down into the chambers, so now a punitive squad is on its way. Prepare your backs, this is going to hurt. The frightened herd sways, humming with whispers. In their eyes, the fires of anxiety flicker. Careless, suggestible people. I will come back later. Not all the snares have been set. Mentions here, technomats.
Death walks with me.
Listen, boy, do I have a story to tell. This is a repeat. Okay, what else? What else? Engine seer? The tech priest is so absorbed in prayer they don't notice you. Reactor attendants. Technomats. Lay people interfering in the operation of the sacred mechanisms disturbs the machine's spirits. The name of the Omnissiah, refrain from any further profane acts. Yo, my bad.
Follow my steps.
Whip. An old burn spread across the body in a scarlet blotch. A look of contempt. A heavy baton covered in blood and symbolizing boundless power. Like a fierce leather whip, she lashes with both her hand and her gaze. What are you looking at, you beggars? You finish your shift, you go to the barracks. You start your shift, you check in with the foreman, and get to work before Matilda comes to pat you on the back. And Matilda, I presume, is that wonderful, not at all intimidating baton on your belt. I guess our disguise is working, but I would rather not spend the next few watches in the med bay because of a misunderstanding. His breathing is quickened. Flaming Voice always makes jests when he's nervous or irritated. Do enforcers infuriate him? Infernus Master? Master at Arms? Apologies for not recognizing you, ma'am. Godierdo, we are conducting an inquest. Answer the spinner's questions. I hope your report will be useful. Awareness only 45%. Whip, what can your scars reveal to me? Success! Ooh, we won the coin flip. Day after day, she watches the serfs labor away, exhausting their last vestiges of strength, and there is no compassion in her eyes. They are simply a resource that she is commanded to use and then discard. She hates them because she blames them for her pain, her wounds. Nothing is unimportant during the hunt. Tell me what you know and I will listen. A group of workers wearing red scarves were seen in the compartment just after the attack on the shrine. The foreman stated that they were at work on the freight line. No gunpowder on their clothes, no fresh wounds. Too many of them have started wearing red masks and it muddles the trail. But we also found some red scarves and bloody rags in one of the shredders only shortly afterward. We sealed off the exits and reduced the air supply to the maintenance tunnels to absolute minimum. Now you can't stay in there longer than a few minutes without passing out. There's no way the bastards could have left the plasma chambers. They are definitely in here somewhere. Like snakes, the servants of the Nemesite have shed their skin. The red scarf is a distraction. Let the enforcers converse. I will keep an eye on those around us. The workers hide their eyes, but I can hear the murmurs echoing through the bay. There's an impotent rage in their hearts directed at Whip, for she is the embodiment of the very order they despise. But why do they not realize that the enforcer is a shield as much as a lash? Some of the people I escorted to the other side looked at me the same way in the past. I did not understand, but now. Do the lay people see spinners performing their duty to the Undying One, or enforcers performing theirs to the Dominus monsters? Do I sense the touch of his will? The Undying Emperor wishes to bestow revelation upon me in this trying hour. Let his tarot show me the way. I breathe an essence made from the ashes and blood of the faithful. It enlightens the mind, granting it the grace of reading his signs. A wave of epiphany sweeps my thoughts away, pulling me into a blessed trance. My fingers move of their own accord over the sacred deck and draw a card. It is the Martyr. I see a tear of blood wash over the pale features of the image, and they shift, becoming Whip's face. Martyr will be Whip? Does that mean Whip's gonna die? Muck, are you excited for the deep dive from GW2 today? I sure am. I'm not going to be live when they are doing it live, so I will be watching it later this evening for the late night crowd, for those interested in that. But you're able to watch it live when they reveal it in like 3 hours, I think. A portent from him, the Undying One blesses me to take Whip. The minion of Nemesite fear her. When her soul is delivered to the Undying One, the traitors will feel invulnerable. They will crawl out of their holes and fall into my web. Wait, I'm sorry, is she saying, oh, I should kill this guard, and then the traitors will feel like they can't be stopped, then they'll show themselves and I kill them? That's a very mean plan. I know how Whip's thread will end. I cannot sever Whip's thread with a blade, for the serfs would recognize me as one of the spinners and lose all courage. But the spark of the machine spirits in the plasma drive chamber has already claimed the lives of many. I will use this, and thus the web will be spun. End dialogue. Wait, are we going to do anything, or is she just going to, like, kill herself by accident and we're not going to stop it?
Another step, another thread.
The latter is slightly less horrifying, so kind of hoping for that. A reservoir of technical fluid. If it leaks, the power of the conductive charge will spread imperceptibly across the floor. Oh my god. A cable thrumming with the power of the conductive charge. A single swing of the blade will send the Enforcer's soul to the Undying One. Oh my god. Ah! I mean, that only did 1 damage. I don't think that's going to kill us. And the other two are just watching me set this up.
No sleep, no rest. Only duty, only death.
Damn it, why did it have to be Gaudierda? I don't know why the Emperor ordered you to kill her, but we must see to it she did not die in vain. And just like that, she's gone. She will never know why she died for. Meanwhile, the spinners go on passing whatever judgment they please.
Aim for the heart next time.
Okay. This is one hell of a plan. I see you lot have taken off your red scarves. No longer feel like playing Nemesite, do you? The lay people are huddled together in a pile of sweltering bodies, filthy and battered by the enforcers' batons, reeking of sweat and disease. Their hearts pump blood faster and faster through bulging veins as two of them send red-hot sparks into the air with their words like hammer and anvil. Your plan appears to have worked, Spinner. The air itself is charged with something, and it is not the conductive charge. The serfs. They are stirring. Listen to the rapid beating of hearts. The lay people are frightened, angry. They feel the impunity that sprouted like a weed upon Whip's demise. They feel the threat crushing them from the upper decks, both imminent and inevitable. What are they talking about? Hammer and anvil. I can hear their whispers, insidious and deafening. No longer do they laugh with the others, no longer do they pretend. The Enforcer is dead, and punishers from the upper decks will soon follow Nemesite's trail. This is our chance. We need to act. This is it. I can sense the prey is close. They have little fear of giving themselves away anymore. They need a spark to ignite the flames, something that will convince Nemesite's followers that they are strong and that the Damon's servants are diminished. Wait for the right moment and light the spark. Then tell us how it is. Tell us this is how it's meant to be. Just because they were born on the upper decks and we down below in the darkness, is it really the God Emperor's will that they grow fat on the fruits of our labors, revel in luxury while we die without water or medicine? Hammer's voice rumbles and the lay people listen. Their hands clench into fists. No matter how hard you work, they will wring out everything out of you and give you nothing. Who's allowed this to happen? The rogue traitor, his name be damned? A Grox on the throne? A tyrant throwing our bones into the furnace of his protectorate? Shut your foul mouth, void dog. Flaming voice? No, it is too soon. I understand your anger, but you must temper it. What did you say about the Lord Captain? The one who gives you work, food, and shelter? You insolent deadbeats. I can see why you've gathered here, and I will not let you start another rebellion. Why are you reaching for your Voxcaster? If you do not disperse, I will give the order to vent the plasma chambers. You have 5 seconds. 4. The tyrant's lackey. If you do this, you'll die with us, you madman. To protect the Lord Captain and the crew? I see you've never met an Infernus before. Their faces are twisted with fear. Will they retreat? Will they flee? Will the hunt be thwarted? No! Is she gonna kill him? A small throwing blade flies out of my palm and draws a scarlet line across Anvil's neck. If I'd wished it, she would be dead, but she continues to breathe and to bleed, and to scream furiously as she looks for me. The rogue trader's assassins are here! Look! They wanted to kill me! Find the assassins! The spark is lit. That's a lot of people. The lay people press in from all sides, pushing and shoving. Their faces are ablaze with terror and rage, and a violent energy boils through the massive bodies. This power will be so difficult to contain. Frightened people are dangerous people. The hunt was meant to go differently, but such is the Undying One's will. One voice rises above the others, the voice of a burly, bearded technomat, low as the roar of a furnace. Furnace smells of sweat and sacred unguents. He is not afraid, he merely pretends to be. Beneath the shudder of terror, I hear excitement. Do we deserve to be executed, my brothers and sisters? Have we not labored with the sweat of our brow? Have we not perished from the outburst of raging machine spirits? Why do they call us rebels? Why are we being punished? Furnace's words make the crowd seethe even more. Take a closer look at Furnace. Strong, heavy, enormous hands whose blows should be feared. A great belly that has become a symbol of success. He does not starve, so those who follow him will not starve either. A powerful leader recognized by his whole pack. Think about Daman Mukluk. I turn my thoughts to him, for it is his people that are standing before me. What would he do, the one whose thread I anoint with my blood? Already you are rioters in everything but name, and then you ask why you have been shown no trust. My words frighten them, wound them, because they are just, and that makes their anger swell all the more. Why are you surprised? Have the officers ever treated us otherwise? A new voice, sandpaper rough, tears through the rumbling of the crowd. Its owner is ragged and filthy, and a feverish gleam burns in his eyes. His words inflame the people's mind like rot feasting upon a wound. Rot cries out mockingly. That's because you're afraid of them, but they're not afraid of you. They have the almighty baton, all you have is the source of the power that feeds the whole ship. Why shouldn't they take you for granted? It serves you right, you cowards. His ugly shriek spills like venom upon the sweating faces as they slowly draw closer and closer. Sense the smell hanging over the crowd. I take a deep breath and something stupefying, noxious, and luscious disturbs my senses. This is no ordinary odor, but something subtle and foul. It carries the same stench as rot. Nurgle blessing? Skinny and scrawny, Rot leers at me with gaping mouth. He is a nobody who has nothing. His body has wasted away from disease. His hands are 5 fingers short. His fate is sealed, and that makes him convincing. Everyone knows he has nothing to gain for himself, and thus no reason to lie. His poverty is his armor. Turn my thoughts to Daman. I address the one who commands these people and who possesses the authority to execute and pardon. Am I to hear his thoughts? The Daman takes care of all, for such is his burden, but he cannot save everyone. He only cares about his flunkies. The bile spraying from Rot's mouth sizzles in the worker's mind like acid. It is burning them through. We will not commit rebellion, but we will not allow ourselves to be slaughtered by villains either. The law and the Emperor are on our side. A young woman steps forth, slender and supple like a rapier. If they want to crush us with the fear of death, let them kill us. It will only prove our righteousness. The ringing call is a command, pressing itself into their hearts. The foul stench of sacrilege almost knocks me off my feet. Lore warp, sense for the fetid stench of blasphemy. Success, that tantalizing, elusive scent of rage. It is more than a stench, it is a tool. The weapon of the despicable trio, which they use to gain the influence the minds of the laity, invisibly intoxicating their minds. The crowd reeks of flowering treason. I delve down into the root and realize what it is that rejects his will so. His sacred privilege is being attacked. He alone chooses who may journey to him, but these three, instigators, they are determined to make this decision for themselves, dragging the souls of all around into the fires of violence with them. They are impudent upstarts who have put themselves above him, and above me, the second spinner of the blood-spun web, his chosen servant. The realization of such audacity burns my very soul. Freedom, I think it's in 3 hours. Look Rapier in the eye. She is fragile, but there is a strength in her, an authority taken for granted and understood by everyone. She is clearly ready to command, with legions willing to die for such maidens, beautiful and resolute as they are. She carries no banner in her hand, for she herself is the banner. Appeal to the Daman. But the noise around me drowns out my own thoughts and stops me from focusing on his image. Thanks, Mok. Sure. Death will claim you all, but not today, unless you are truly keen to meet its embrace. The crowd does not answer. They do not hear me. The sacred promise of death no longer moves them, for they have fallen under the enemy's spell. They surround me, threatening, pointing fingers, cursing. They dare not strike, not yet, but already their enormous bulk presses down on me as the smell of blood in the air grows thicker by the minute. If I click this, she kills everyone. I hate to Manson. I'm thinking 2 or 4. Let's wait a bit longer, see what happens. Stand firm and do not resist. The crowd presses forward harder and harder. My breath is growing short, bones crunching. Someone is screaming in my face. I endure the stench. Lose myself in the dance of blood. I can bear it no longer. The blades in my hands sing, my blood streaks across astonished faces. I am done speaking and exhorting. I merely dance on the thread that I have spun. I bestow death and blessed wounds. I catch a glimpse of Rapier's cloven face and Furnace's open belly. Rot's severed hand falls at my feet and its owner flees howling. I dance and breathe so freely. It did not go the way I had planned. The smell of blood lingers in the air like the stench of impending defeat. 2 bodies are sprawled before me, and I have severed their threads. The third blasphemer has managed to escape, but his disembodied hand also lies on the floor. Useless meat. Thoughts of Daman crowd my mind, irrelevant and harmful though they are in this sacred moment. I do not immediately realize how foreign they are to the here and now. Why am I thinking about him? Awareness. Success, 45%. Very little. The faint traces of the vile mutations that twist their bodies, the foul stench of corruption emanating from their meat, the deformed, strangely colored brains and their crushed skulls that spawned the heresy of sedition. What will the appearance of the survivors tell me? They huddle in the corners, ashamed of their own subservience. They try to convince themselves that the blood they so foolishly spilt would absolve them, but they know it is not enough. Our flaming voice and steel mistress still alive. Their threads have not yet been cut. I realize with astonishment that they are standing close to me. Flaming Voice is furiously reproaching all those who had only recently joined the revolt, while Steel Mistress booms like a siren, shaking her maul and threatening punishment. They are useless to the hunt now. It is time for the next step. A thrill runs through the strands of my consciousness. Is this Daman? Can I truly feel him again, or am I imagining it? I need to concentrate. I gaze at the puddles of blood and the patterns they form. I see. I see a labyrinth. The Undying One has given me a sign. My hand finds the sealed case in which his tarot cards reside. It is the time for a divination in the blood of the dead. It will reveal to me their name of their unholy master. Thoughts of Daman creep up from the shadows and leap at my focused mind like a predator. They claw at it, robbing me of my concentration. Why? I must not think about him. I must not wish for him to be near me right now. Prayer will restore my focus. I whisper a silent prayer and a capsule soaked in blessed stimulant slips under my tongue. That's not a prayer, that's drugs. Sundays are crazy at her church. The fog of enlightenment hides Daman from my sight. A stream of blood gushes across the floor and his tarot cards lie on the carmine splatter. Everyone is silent and stares at me. I am reading the omen. I draw the beginning of the spread. The Hound. I gaze at the card and its depiction of the Astra Militarum armored vehicle that bears the formidable name. The pursuit of truth, sacrifice, and victory. This is me. I am on the right track. I draw the heart of the spread. The Harlequin. Inverted. Lies. Manipulation. A shadow play blocking my path. But it is a lie exposed, a deception that must be revealed. I draw the end of the spread. The Preacher. A man who carries an idea and proclaims it. But who is it? Nemesite? One of his supporters? Someone already slain or someone still alive? The divination is unclear, and so I draw a fourth card. It is dangerous to ask more of the Undying One, but I must know. The Aquila. His holy image watches me from within the card, and my heart grows frigid with the knowledge of what it represents. The Undying One has manifested his omen in the traitor's blood. The hunt that has begun will be completed by the unveiling of a great deception. Our enemy is elusive because he has a powerful ally, one who has espouses faith in the Emperor on this vessel. The ship's confessor is in league with the Nemesite. He will be the next prey. The ship's confessor. I should be thinking about the hunt, and yet my thoughts now lie only with the moment that I will stand before Daman once more and tell him what I have seen. Will he be proud of me? Will he be pleased? This is wrong. I'm actually curious if there was another way through what we just did that didn't result in her attacking people. But there wasn't a lot of branches, so it just would have been during that last conversation options if I pressed something different.